In this video, we will talk about some shortcuts in Google Sheet. These shortcuts are very helpful while working on our data so that you can do more work in less amount of time. Now we will first talk about some navigation shortcuts. So to move in a table, you can use the arrow keys. So if I select this first cell, if I use down arrow key, I can move downward in this table. If I use right arrow key, I can move right. If I use left arrow key, I can move left. And if I use up arrow key, I can move up in this table. Now if I use arrow keys using control, so if I select this first cell and if I use control and then the right arrow key, I'm on the last column of this table. Similarly, if I use control and down arrow key, I can move to the last row of this table. Similarly, control with left arrow key, I can move to the first column of this table, and with control and up arrow key, I can move to the first row of this table. Now if you want to move a page down, you can use the page down button which is on the top right of your keyboard. If I use page down, I'm one page down on this sheet. If I use page up, I'm again one page up on this sheet. Similarly, if you want to move left and right in this sheet, if I use Alt plus page down, I've moved right in this sheet. If I use Alt and page up, I can move left on the sheet. Now, if I use home button, I can move to the first cell of a row. So if I am on this Q8, so this is the Q cell. And now if I use home button, I'm on this first cell of this 8th row. Similarly, if I use control home, I can move to the first cell of this sheet. So if I use control home, now I'm on this first cell of this sheet. Now let's talk about some data selection shortcuts. So if I use shift with arrow key, I can select the values in a row. So if I use shift and right arrow key, I have selected 2 values in a row. Similarly, if I use again, now 3 cells are selected. If I use again, now 4 cells are selected. Similarly, if I select the first cell and move shift and down arrow key, I can select the 2 values or 2 cells in a column. Similarly, I can move down and down. Now, if I have selected the entire column and now if I move shift right arrow key, I can select all the 5 rows in all the columns. So now if I move shift right, I have selected the second column, shift right, the third column, shift right, the fourth column, shift right, the fifth column, and so on. Now if I add a new sheet here, so if I go to add sheet, I've added a sheet which says sheet 4. So if I use alt and down arrow key, I can move to this sheet 4. So if I use alt and down arrow key, I'm on this sheet 4. Now if I use alt and up arrow key, I will move back to my sheet 1. So if I add more sheets, let's add sheet 5, sheet 6. Now if I go to sheet 1 and use alt and down arrow key, I'm on sheet 5. Now alt and down arrow key, I'm on sheet 6. Alt and down arrow key, I'm on sheet 4. Similarly, I can use Alt and up arrow key to move back to the sheet 1. Now moving back to the selection, if you want to select the entire table, go to the first cell and use Control A. Now as you can see, the entire table has been selected. Now if you want to cut this table, use Control X. So go to this table, Control A and Control X. Now as you can see, these dotted lines indicates that this range or this table is ready to be moved. So if I want to paste it, I can paste it anywhere. So if I use Control V, I can paste this table. Now to undo your changes, so as I have pasted this table, I have moved this table. If I want to undo these changes, I can use Control plus Z. Now as you can see, my changes have been undone. Now if you want to redo it, you can use Control Y. Now as you can see, it has been redone. Similarly, if you want to copy a table, you can use Control A and Control C. So Control A selecting the table, Control C copying the table, and Control V pasting the table, and Control Z to undo the changes. Now pasting has other options as well. So suppose I use formula in this table. Now as you can see, for this table, I have used exactly the same value in this table. So as you can see, it says I5. So whatever the value is in I5, it is here. I have not used it here. I have just copied it, but I have used the formula here. Now if I use Control A to select this table and Control C to copy it, and if I copy it down, now as you can see, it has copied the formula. So according to the formula, it has moved the cell down. So as you can see, I have pasted it here. It has moved one cell down. So instead of L5, it is now L11. So L11 contains nothing. L12 contains nothing. L13 contains math. So it is math here. L14 contains 99. L15 contains 65. So if you want to paste the values only, if you don't want to paste the formula, you can use a shortcut. So first remove using Control Z. Now let's use Control A, Control C. To paste values only, you can use Control Shift and then V. So this has pasted the values only. As you can see, it has not pasted the format. So the borders or the bold are not here. We just have pasted the values. So this is the special kind of pasting, which is pasting the values only. You can also paste the format only using the paste special option. Now if you want to print this sheet, you can use Control P. So as you can see, the printing option is here. Let's cancel it. And if you want to find something on this sheet, you can use Control plus F. Now there is a find option, you can find anything. So let's find the English. So as you can see, there are 3 English in this table and it says 3. So it is second of 3. If I move up, it is first of 3. Similarly, it is third of 3. Now, if you want to edit a cell, there's a shortcut to edit a cell. So let's say if I'm here, now if I change this, if I want to make it AB, if I write B, it will change from A to B. So to make changes without removing the earlier values, I have to use the edit mode. So let's add first A first here. Now to enter the edit mode, use F2. Now I'm on edit mode, I can use B and it is AB now. Similarly, if I want to edit this, click F2. As you can see, the line is here. You can write anything. Press enter. Now the values has been pasted or values has been edited. Now to check the formulas in a sheet, as you can see, we have formulas here. It says is equals to I5. If you want to check which value have formula, you can use Control plus tilde. So if I use tilde, which is the tick option in your keyboard. Now as you can see, we have the formula here. I5 is equal to I6 is equal to I7. If you use it again, it goes back to normal. Now, if you want to align these values, as you can see, it is centrally aligned. If you want to left align it, you can use Control plus Shift plus L. In this cell, so Control Shift L, it is left align. Now if you want right align, Control plus Shift plus R will right align it. If you want to centrally align it, Control plus Shift plus E will centrally align it. So if you want to hide a column, let's say you want to hide the math column, you can use Control Alt 0 to hide a column. As you can see, the column has been hidden. If you want to hide science as well, Control Alt 0, science is hidden as well. And if you want to unhide them, you can see these 2 double-headed arrows here. Just click here, the column will be unhidden. Now if you want to change the format, if you want them to be italic, so select the cell and use Control plus I to change it to italic. As you can see, they have been changed it to italic. Now if you want to make them bold, you can use Control plus B, will make them bold. So let's first select them again, Control B, bold. Similarly, Control U will underline them. If you want to change them from italic to normal, you can use Control I again, it is change them to normal. Control plus B will remove the bold and Control plus U again will remove the underlines. So let's make them italic again, Control plus I, italic. So these were some of the shortcuts. You can search the official documentation of Google and see all other shortcuts as well if you want. Now we will move to the next video. Thank you.